What's going on, guys? It's Sean here with you on another Most Valuable Team in Crypto Masterminds training video. And in today's training video, we are going to talk about hacking the Facebook NewsFeed algorithm. This is going to be a team building and an engagement training video. We're also going to talk about social proof, the missing ingredient in your marketing, okay? We're going to talk a lot about social proof and why it is important for you to incorporate social proof into your everyday marketing, okay? So you guys make sure you grab your notebooks, grab your pens. This talk right here is jam-packed, full of value and full of content for you. So make sure you're taking very good notes on this. I'll slow it down a little bit and really cover these detailed bullet points for you, all right? Because there's gonna be a lot of detailed information about the Facebook algorithm, how things work, and how you can take advantage of the setup, okay? So what I want to first talk to you guys about is social proof and how social proof works, okay? And if you've never heard of social proof, to put it simply for you, social proof is basically where a person sees a large group of people doing something and they think that it's cool. Pretty much, okay? It's what's popular. It's what's trending. If you see something that's very popular and it's trending, you know, right now there's an argument that trading is very trendy right now. IML is very trendy right now. You know, this concept of being able to work from your smartphone and being able to trade and catch pips is very, very trendy. So there's a lot of social proof behind that. So if a prospect is looking at thousands of people that are in IML, that's social proof, right? There's people that are engaging on IML pages, on, you know, Facebook pages, top leaders pages. That is social proof, all right? That's plain and simple. That's exactly how it works. So it's basically what's popular and what's trending. But social proof is where there are people engaging on your profile through comments, likes, and hopefully testimonies and results as well that are gonna help you build your credibility as a marketer as well as a leader in the online marketing space. So that's exactly what I want to talk to you guys about today, okay? So understanding the psychology and business marketing and sociology. And that's really what this is coming down to, is the key element of business psychology and a little sociology within your marketing, okay? And if you guys don't really know business psychology very well or sociology, I highly recommend looking into those concepts and looking into those fields because they're very, very important in terms of working with prospects and working with large groups of people. Sociology studies large groups of people. All right, so we're getting a macro view of how people respond to certain content. So it's very important to look that information up. So in your free time, feel free to do so. But I'm going to share with you, you know, kind of a strategy that I use in order to maximize my results with social proof. Okay, so we talk a lot about results and benefits. All right, results and benefits. And those should be the two key things that you incorporate into your marketing. All right, results and benefits. Definitely write those things down because you need those two elements in your marketing. Results and benefits. And if you're constantly sharing results and benefits all the time, people are going to naturally be attracted to you because of that, okay? Because people want to see results and they definitely want to see that you're getting a benefit out of what you're doing. So in terms of IML and in terms of trading, people need to see the result, all right? They need to see the trades being successful. They need to see you building massive teams, right? They need to see this proof, all right? As well as they need to also see the benefits of what you're getting out of it, all the education, right? All the leadership, all the mentorship, all the Zoom calls, all the great products and services that IML offers, all right? IML is so much for you guys to put out there in terms of being able to leverage social proof that this should be very, very easy for you, okay? It should be extremely easy versus other companies and businesses out there where you can only leverage one product. And it could be, I see people, you know, there's people marketing stuff all the time. You got health and wellness stuff, you got CBD oil, you got all kinds of stuff out there, Amway, right? These types of things are kind of more boring, really, if you really look at it. You know, it's good for you maybe for your health, but in terms of like excitement, it's not that great, right? With IML, we're talking about trading, we're talking about the financial markets, we're talking about making massive profits and building huge teams. That is exciting, and people can do it right from their smartphone, right? So this is something that is naturally going to attract people, but you have to be able to incorporate social proof into your marketing to really, boost your credibility, and that's going to be through engagement as well. So we're going to also talk about that. But results and benefits, you guys, always be putting out results and benefits. So what is your posting frequency? Okay, because in order to drive engagement to your Facebook page, you need to make sure that you're at least, at minimum, posting 3 times a day. What I generally like to do is 3 to 5 times. I'll do 3 posts. One will be a video, one will be a picture with content, and then the other one will be a very short colored background. Maybe it's a quote, maybe it's just a short statement. Okay, and then the other 2 will probably be shared content where I'm sharing our leaders' content. Okay, does that make sense? So 3 to 5 posts, a couple shares, but 3 of your own, where you might show some results pics with some trades and then some content there, and then a quick snippet of a colored background with a quick post. All right, whether it's a quote, it's a saying from you, it's a thought that you have, whatever it may be, business related. And then the other one can be a video. Live video is extremely powerful. That's for another one. But just on this video alone, you guys, listen. Live video will take you to the next level. My sales dramatically increased after I started using live videos, and the more and more you do it, the more sales you get. So look up live videos on YouTube or Google, different techniques that you can use, because they're very powerful. And I'm probably going to come out with a training video soon on that to help you guys out. But trust me, you start using those Facebook Lives, Insta Lives, and also Snapchat videos, you're going to see way better results, you guys. So pick that up. So you guys, in terms of social proof, you need to be an opportunist with good habits. Okay, so in terms of what I mean by that is you need to be an opportunist with different content that's coming out, different things that IML's releasing, all these things that you see on a day-to-day basis. Take screenshots of successful trades. Okay, now I'm not talking about profits, I'm talking about trades of charts. Take snapshots of people that are thanking you or testimonies. I take a picture of every single thing that I could even, think in a broad sense that would be a testimony. In general, like someone saying thank you about something, giving me an example of something, in terms of a testimony. Okay, so that is extremely important when you are thinking about being an opportunist and really looking for opportunities to share content that is results based. Okay, so positive social proof is very powerful, you guys. Over 70% of Americans look at the product reviews before making a purchase. Okay, so here's a comparison of 2 things. And this is the keeping up with the Joneses effect. We're going to talk about that a lot because it's really important in terms of the common person and how they look at a product or service, okay? So there's 2 differences here with these 2 scenarios, okay? And like I said, this is about, this current example here is about saving energy, all right? Saving energy. So listen to these 2 examples. Number 1, letting customers know that 77% of their neighbors used fans to save energy. All right, that's example number 1. Letting customers know that 77% of their neighbors decided to use a fan to save energy. All right, number 2 is telling customers if they don't use fans, they're going to release 262 pounds of greenhouse gases every single month. All right, so one is using social proof and the other is using a fact that's harmful. Right? So which one do you think is more powerful? Number 1 was actually 80% more effective. Just by saying 70% of your neighbors are using fans, you should too, versus you're going to release 262 pounds of greenhouse gases if you don't use fans. Is this making sense, you guys? So using that statistical data from other people and saying, hey, everybody else is doing it, you should too. Make sense? Okay. So next thing, social proof with pictures. You guys, pictures are very, very powerful. Do not underestimate using pictures. And if you don't like to take pictures, get uncomfortable, start using your camera, start getting pictures, lifestyle, what you're doing, pictures of your family, your friends, stuff that you enjoy, stuff that makes you happy, business related stuff, proof, your charts, like we talked about, screenshots, testimonies, results. all pictures all the time. It's you know, a great way to market, and it's also a great way to build trust. The more you show a picture, it's like telling your story, right? That's why these platforms allow you to use pictures. So think about it. You're sharing your story with people when you show them a picture. So pictures will increase trust. And if you use a picture combined with a testimony, that is going to build way more trust and credibility with your audience. All right, let me repeat that. If you use a picture with a testimony, it's going to really increase trust and credibility with your audience. And as we've mentioned in previous videos, trust and credibility is key. Trust and credibility is key, you guys. You have to be constantly focused on trust and credibility with your audience. It could take you 5 minutes to ruin your credibility with your audience. One bad negative post could really ruin it. You could lose really high-profile clients, people that have just been watching you. Always keep in mind, people are watching you at all times on social media. So be very careful and be very, very selective about what you choose to post on social media, and make sure that you have engagement and social proof in mind before you post. You want to be strategic about your posting. All right, and that's going to help you with the Facebook algorithm as well, because Facebook recognizes what people like and what's trending. So if you're able to use pictures and live videos and things that Facebook likes you to use, especially new Facebook features, that's a hint. I wasn't going to share that with you guys, but if Facebook ever comes out with a new feature, go ahead and use it, because that is going to make Facebook put your content out there even further and give you a broader reach in terms of organic reach with your marketing. Okay, so guys, people are influenced by similar people. You need to really think about these two questions. So important. Write this down. Definitely be writing this down. Who is your target audience? Number one, who is your target audience? All right, who are you targeting? And I can tell you with IML, your target demographic should be people that are 18 to 35 years old. 18 to 35 years old. IML is filled with young people. Trading is young. It's trending. It's fast paced. You probably want to go with younger people that are you know, more influenced. They're learning. You know, younger people, their brains are still developing, right? So that gives them, they see opportunities better than old people. You know, it's like kind of like the old dog, new tricks saying. Younger people have a tendency to adopt a newer concept faster than the older generation, okay? So keep that in mind. Who is your target audience? And I just told you guys, okay? Does your content provide them value? Does your content provide them value? That's number two. Does your content provide them value? And that's always in the back of your mind with every single post. Is this post going to provide my audience value? Or am I just saying, hey, you know, for example, I say, oh yeah, me and my girlfriend got in this huge argument, you know, I'm done, I'm leaving her ass and all this and that. You know, I hear this stuff all the time, you guys. People are so negative, you know, things like that right there. I instantly block people. Instantly. I don't have time for negativity. I don't have time for people that are out there talking about their girlfriend, boyfriend drama, how they're out, you know, partying and cheating on their girlfriend. All that stuff, man, that's not cool to me. I instantly block those people. I tell them they're joining my VIP block party. I used to even have a picture in Messenger where I'd say, welcome to the block party, and it was a picture, and then I'd block them. You know, just to make it funny, because I block people frequently. Not only because there's a lot of fake profiles out there, but there are a lot of people out there that are doing the wrong things. They're very negative, and people that I don't want to be around. And you should really take your sphere of influence and the people that you associate with very seriously too. All that content going down in your timeline, you're seeing that every single day, that is triggering a psychological response. Think about it. Is your timeline and the content you see on a daily basis putting you in a positive abundance mindset, or is it putting you in a negative depressed mindset? Think about that. Is your content that you're seeing on your page, or on your timeline rather, helping you or hurting you? All right, so definitely something to think about, you guys. Is your content providing them value? Now, another tip, Have somebody look over your page. Have somebody check it out. See if it's something that they like, right? See if you're providing really good content. If somebody else looks over your page and says, hey, this page is great. You got a professional picture. Your content's great. It's providing tons of value. You got lots of different videos and pictures and testimonies and results. You're doing great. If not, somebody will let you know. So tag up with a mentor, get with a leader, get with someone, look at someone's profile and say, hey, I want my profile to look like that, right? I want to have that credibility. I want people to know that I'm the authority. So it's pretty simple. Work with that person, right? Reach out to that person, network with them, say, hey, give me some help on this. I really like your profile, compliment them. Say, hey, look, I love your profile. I can tell people really like it. You got a nice following. Are you willing to give me some pointers? And people will help you with that, okay? And we will talk about that, making a professional image and having a professional image at another time for another video, okay? So ways of building trust. And this is all about that social proof, right? How to get more engagement, how to have more social proof. I hope this is all making sense, you guys. Make sure you're taking notes, okay? How to build trust. Number one, storytelling. Number one is storytelling. You guys listen. I've been in sales for a very long time. And it's funny because with a company, I used to work for a company when I first started out in sales. And I started out selling DirecTV. And I was one of the top salespeople in the office. But there was always the one guy, and he was actually the manager, the assistant manager. He always beat me in sales. And I'm like, what is this guy doing? What is he doing that's better than what I'm doing? My pitch is flawless. I make people laugh. I'm in the zone. Like, I'm aggressive. I work the law of averages. I talk to tons of people. What is going on? Well, what I figured out was that his name's Jay. Jay was really, really good at telling stories. Jay would take the time to talk to a customer, and instead of talking about the pitch, instead of talking about the comparison between DirecTV and their cable provider and trying to show how much better DirecTV is, he would actually sit back and tell a story about his kids. Or he'd tell a story about what he did the other day, something exciting he did. Or he would listen to a prospect talk about their life, and then he would share a similar story. And I realized that was the key reason why so many people were signing up with him, was because his likability factor was higher than mine, all right? And in general, people did like me, but because he shared a story, people could relate on a deeper level. Is this making sense? So because of his ability to tell stories, and he was a great storyteller, he'd tell you stories that would just make you crack up and you'd have, tears in your eyes. This guy was so funny, right? That was the reason why people would follow him and people would sign up with him, okay? So that is something that I learned from, was storytelling was so key. All right, and stories work because our brains are primed to listen and heed to their advice. Think about it. When you were a kid, bedtime stories, your grandma and grandpa telling you stories about, when they were kids. All these things through our childhood psychology that our brains will subconsciously retract back to because they had such a profound impact when we were a kid. So storytelling has always really had great influence in our lives. You just have to apply it when you're out working with prospects. So for you, it could be a story about anything. It could be a story about your family. It could be a story, when you listen and hear what they like, you're mirroring that, right? And you want to share your own story and be able to relate to them. So what they're talking about, you find that common ground and you share that story. But in terms of posting on Facebook and sharing content on Facebook, you're going to want to put your content out there in a story form. So sharing a story, then maybe with a result, like, a trade that you did and how, what happened and what transpired that day. And then boom, you got the result, and then showing the chart. That sort of thing incorporates a story as well. All right, so let's see what else we got here. Stories are persuasive because they transport our minds to the story being told. So instead of having our minds right in the sales pitch or right in the IML presentation, you've transported your prospect's mind into the story being told. So instead of putting so much sales pressure on them, because I know a lot of people that are out prospecting and pitching IML, they're out there they're just talking about all the products and all the stuff that's going on and how great the company is and this and that, and the person's sitting there thinking, man, this person is really desperate to get a sale. right? That's what the prospect's thinking. If you're really super aggressive and all you talk about is what the company is doing and you're pushy and trying to get them in, instead of doing that, tell them a story, right? Transport their mind to somewhere where they're happy, right? Somewhere where they want to be, instead of just you being down their throats about IML and how great you think it is, right? Because remember, people don't really care about your company, all right? They really don't. People buy you, all right? People buy you. And if they don't know, like, and trust you, they're never going to get involved with you and want you to mentor them. So when you tell a story, that's going to have a great impact on whether or not they're going to join you. All right, so tell stories because they're persuasive and it takes their mind out of the pitch for a little while, out of the presentation, right? So I hope you guys are writing that down because storytelling is so powerful. I love telling stories and it really is a great way to engage and work with your prospects. It's all about how they feel. It's that nostalgia effect, making them feel comfortable, happy, and safe. If you can do that with a prospect or you can do that in your content when you make posts, you're going to get way better results, you guys. Being able to bring them back to the good old days, right? People always think, oh man, I loved it when I was younger. Oh, the good old days, when I was in high school. All that stuff you hear, right? So if you can create the nostalgia effect, or if you can create a comfortable, happy, and safe sort of tone to your content, people are going to be more attracted to that, all right? I hope this is making sense, you guys. This is powerful. It will work for you. I promise you guys. Start incorporating this in your content. You're going to start seeing great results, but you have to be consistent. Every single day, 3 to 5 posts. Remember, mixing it up with the pictures, videos, and just regular content with those colored backgrounds, and then sharing a few posts and put all this in, you're going to see great results, you guys. All right, so in terms of engagement, you guys, building engagement is huge. I'm going to cover this real quick, and then we're going to wrap this video up. And this is kind of a general sense, you guys, so I hope this did help. But, there are some key points in here, right? So engagement is basically getting people to communicate and talk to you, right? Because when you guys are on Facebook, people will like your posts and they'll comment, but sometimes it's kind of disingenuous, which means that they're not really like looking to engage or hold a conversation. They're just doing it to do it. Okay, and sometimes it's social proof. There's tons of people that have already liked and commented on your profile, on your post, so they do it too. Right? It's just a natural thing. They see 400 likes, they go ahead and click the like button too. But it's not like they really, had an intention of engaging. So this is how you get a prospect or your audience right? We're talking macro, right? So this is how we get your audience to engage with you, which is key. You do not want to chase people down. Remember this. The goal is not to chase people down. The goal is to have a system in place where people come to you for information instead of you chasing down every single prospect. So again, the ideal scenario or the ideal setup is where you have people coming to you for the information instead of you chasing them down. And how do you get that? Through credibility, through having effective marketing, and through social proof. All this stuff is going to get you that credibility, and it's going to get people coming to you. It's attraction marketing. It's always attraction marketing, you guys. Abundance, right? Attraction marketing. So engagement. Go to somebody's profile, whether it's a prospect or somebody where you have something in common, and like and genuinely comment on one of their posts. And what I always like to do is ask them a question. So if they got a nice post with their family, and I've never met these people, remember, they could have just sent me a friend request. I've liked their post or a heart. I like to use the other emojis now because like isn't as popular. So I like to do like the heart or the wow. The wow and like the angry face really get people going. So think about that when you're engaging on people's posts. And I go ahead and I'll ask them a question in the comments. So if it's like a picture with their family, I'll say, hey, that's an awesome, beautiful picture. Where was that taken? And that gets them to respond, say, oh, thank you. It was taken here, such and such. And you could say, oh, I've been there too, if you've really been there. Or you could say, hey, that's somewhere I'm interested in, if you really are, right? But it's a segue for you to continue the conversation and drive more engagement, right? So you can build that relationship just on the page, and then it could potentially even segue into Messenger, which is the ultimate goal. That way you have them in a private conversation where you can bring them the IML presentation. Hope this is making sense, you guys. So ask questions in your posts and in the comment section. So it's the same concept. When you make a post, ask a question, take a poll. All right. In the comment section, when someone responds, say, hey, how are you doing today? Or that's awesome. How did you do that? Or whatever question. Make sure it's a question, because if you're asking a good question, they're going to respond. And the more comments that you have on your posts, the more engagement and the more reach Facebook will give you. So good questions will drive engagement. If you just cut it off and say thank you, well, that's not really asking somebody to respond. Some people might say you're welcome, but I highly doubt it, right? They're probably just going to leave it at that. So don't do closed-ended statements or questions. Leave it open-ended. Give them a chance to respond and engage on your page, okay? So an example here is this. Somebody says to me, thank you for your video, Sean. And I say, you're welcome, John. Is this your first time watching? Or how are you doing today? Or what was your favorite part? All right, now repeat that again. You're welcome, John. Is this your first time watching one of my videos? Or how are you doing today? What was your favorite part of the video? See how that makes sense? That way they are incentivized by my question and almost obligated to answer me without being rude. And then you can continue that conversation. So again, ask questions in your posts and in the comment section to drive more engagement, okay? And that's going to help you with social proof. More likes and comments, more social proof, builds more of a following. It's that momentum factor. It's that abundance mindset. More, right? So that is working in your favor. It is a snowball effect, and it will work. Number 3, send a picture message on someone's birthday. I love this one. Always be checking the birthdays. Send them a nice picture message. I use Pixar. Use your favorite app. Send them a nice picture. I send one with me and my family that says happy birthday, wishing you an awesome birthday, and then maybe some emojis with a picture of my family. And they always say, hey, thank you. That was so kind. Thanks a lot. Most people will just go to someone's profile and say happy birthday. All right, and you can do that too. But when you get in their inbox and you send them a creative custom picture that says happy birthday, hope it's fantastic, or hope it's awesome, that is really going to, get them excited, right? Mine actually says, wishing you an unforgettably awesome birthday, Sean M. Chenard. And then they always respond and say, hey, thanks a lot. And then that's a great conversation starter. So if you don't know somebody and it's their birthday, send them that custom picture and watch how many responses you get. It's a great way to really reach out to somebody without sounding salesy or seeming like you have a motive. Because remember, people are smart. All right, they know if you have sales in mind. But if you just come out with that and say happy birthday and then you start a normal conversation, that's going to build trust and build that 5-minute friend right away for you to segue into the presentation. Make sense? Okay, perfect. So the last thing I want to cover with you guys in terms of engagement is, let's see here, what do I got? Okay, so always use emojis and emotional signs, right? Using emojis and emotional signs, use real pictures when you're talking to people, or I'm sorry, on your post. So don't use a fake picture that's, what is the word? I can't think of the word right now. Sorry, guys. But it's, one of those just pre-made pictures that everybody uses. Don't use those types of pictures because they're fake and they're not very good. When you're on Facebook, you want to use real pictures to get real emotion, pictures of your family or your friends or your lifestyle. That way people see what's really going on. Don't use some fake picture that you pulled up off of Google, because that's not going to help you with credibility. That's just going to make somebody think that you are just trying to push something and you have some, sales motive, and you don't want people to think that. You want to build real engagement, so have real pictures. Take the time to use PixArt and make custom pictures. You'll be surprised in how much engagement you get with just being a little creative. And again, those emojis. Use emojis when you talk, you guys. Let people know how you feel through a smiley face or an angry face or the crying, laughing. All those emojis will make people more excited, okay? So in terms of engagement, you guys, that is very, very powerful. So all in all, I want to sum this up before I get off. This was another half-hour training video with tons of content, so I hope this got you guys excited. So we're talking about social proof and engagement. Any chance you get, you want to drive more conversations and more engagement to your page. Take the time to ask good questions. Take the time to really follow up with every single person that replies on your posts. Take the time to go out and like and comment on other people's posts in a genuine way and really compliment people. Really be positive and be genuine, and you're going to see a great response in return. You know, reach out to people on their birthdays. Make that custom picture, right? Always be sharing pictures and videos, 3 to 5 posts a week. Have that posting frequency be consistent. And if you guys can be consistent with everything that I outlined in this video, you're going to have way more engagement. This is called organic marketing. All right. And if you do this consistent on a daily basis, you're going to watch your follower count go up, but you're also going to watch your prospects turn into sales, and you're going to blow sales out of the water with this, you guys, because the more engagement you have means more social proof. And when you have a massive following, you're going to see that sales just roll in. It's automated income just from having lots of social proof and lots of credibility. So I hope you guys gained tremendous value from today's video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to inbox me. Always remember, drive engagement to your page and have social proof through results and benefits by using a combination of different creative posts on a daily basis, 3 to 5 times a day. So thanks a lot for watching, you guys. And as always, happy trading.